So the child that was taken has returned, the flesh of my earth. You, by simply coming into being, have tangled the strings of destiny of all the other children. I am he they call Emissaries. I have followed each of your steps since your arrival.
I hail you, Emissaries. I have come to you to find a remedy.
A cure for the disease of a distant land. Her affliction was to be poisoned by her own children. Her veins rot in stagnant water. Her earth now bears poisoned fruit, and her children wither and die. And still it is those same children who can heal the lands, and with them heal themselves, if they only want it truly. They could be taught by my children, learn to give back in return, learn to heal. But for that, I must survive. I have seen by your side the shadow grow, taking form. Fed by the venom of intrigues from faraway lands, he spreads it today in my sap. To save his own life, he stole my strength, and that strength has driven him mad, because it is not made to be taken. He draws each day a little more from me, and threatens us all. His hunger has no limit.
I don't understand. Who are you talking about?
The one you call Constantine. You must stop him, or there will be no cure anymore for anything or anyone.
That's impossible. How could that be?
You must leave now. Someone has followed your footsteps. Someone has entered here without invitation. My children are waking and tracking. They will attack all foreigners. Flee, or you will be dead.
I saw a Renaigse fleeing the sanctuary. The Monesenaig must have slipped past you. Enon Milfrichtimen cannot have been pleased about it. Did he still give you the answers you were looking for?
Yes. He told me that the Malachor had appeared because of the way the colonials have treated the Earth. It's actually some kind of poisoning. And it would be possible to cure it, but I'm not sure that I understood how.
So, the Renaigse would be the cause of their own deaths. If they weren't on the verge of doing the same thing to our island, I would be applauding. In terms of the antidote, Enon Milfrichtimen, is often difficult to understand. Ask Adonegad.
Thank you, Deirdre. I must dwell on it.
You look like you bit into a bitter fruit. Did you learn anything else?
Yes, but I would like to verify something before I tell you about it.
Fine. You know where to find me once you are done. Quawalam seg, Karants.
Goodbye.
Your Excellency, Her Highness... Her Highness, Aurelia de Vesp of the Merchant Congregation has sent me to convey her regards. She would like to assure you of her deepest respect and her unwavering support as an ally with any troubles you may encounter. She also wishes to forewarn you that the person who until now presented himself as the congregation's legate may soon lose his position. Indeed, he is believed to have lied about his lineage, and doubt has now been cast upon his titles of nobility. It is also rumored that he is engaged in questionable dealings involving the guilds and the natives. We sincerely hope that, until this situation has been clarified, you will treat him with the utmost suspicion. Naturally, if these allegations prove to be true, a new legate will be appointed by Her Highness immediately.
This situation is regrettable, but hardly surprising. I cannot deny that our dealings with the legate have often been wrought with a lack of elementary diplomacy, and what you are telling me merely confirms my suspicions. But look, here he is. Sir, in light of what I've just heard, you are not welcome here. At the very least, until these allegations are confirmed.
We were thrown out like trash. I can't believe that Viper's claptrap got us into this mess. How will we discover where those documents are now?
I must admit, it was humiliating. But now, we can give her a taste of our own medicine. I say we follow her, and once we discover her lair, finding those incriminating documents shouldn't be a problem.
dare follow me. I may be overstepping my orders, but you asked for it. On God.
The fiery flasks, you'll find the quintessence of alchemy. The best potions and the most efficient concoctions.
Halt! No one enters!
At the fiery flasks, you'll find the quintessence of alchemy. The best potions.
Come closer. Come closer. All my wares are in the vanguard of progress.
Bit of poison on my...
Damn it! It was a trap. There are some documents, but it's not the evidence Aurelia spoke of. These documents speak of you. It appears that the Devesps sought out information on each of you, hoping to influence you or to drive a wedge between us.
Remarkable. My whole life picked apart by liars and manipulators. Promise me you'll burn all of this without thinking twice.
This is just further proof of their deceit, and the so-called evidence got away again. Let's search these men. We may find something useful. According to this letter, the chest was given to a merchant in town who deals with the Devesps. He was ordered to hand it to the governor if something happens to the delegation.
That Aurelia is clever if nothing else. We must get that chest from the merchant before he learns of their deaths.
Bit of poison on my blade. And let's go!
Watch out! Grenade!
Let's see if you can...
Come closer. Come closer. All my wares are in the vanguard.
Hello. Are you Valens?
Indeed. What can I do for your lordship? Are you looking for tools for your workers? I have a large range of tools. Everything you need for mining or timber harvesting.
I have no interest in your goods. I have been sent by Her Highness, Aurelia de Vespe. She asked me to recover a chest you have in your keeping.
Of course, of course. It's stuffed between my goods in the street just behind us. I hope you tell your mistress that I obeyed her orders.
Do not worry. She will be told. Hello. Are you the guard who left me a message at the embassy?
Greetings, Your Excellency. Yes, it was me. I thought you should be warned when I saw those vermin bearing the de Vespe livery.
This is indeed interesting information. Do you know if they're staying in town?
The delegation leader is always at the tavern. He drinks heavily. His men wander around town looking for trouble.
Thank you. I imagine you're expecting a reward.
No, Your Excellency, keep your money. I'll consider myself highly rewarded if you manage to put a stop to their horrible manipulative plans. My old battalion was almost completely lost to those vipers. They led us into a trap and left us to rot, so I don't know what you wish to do to them. But I wish you the best success.
Hello. I wonder if we might have a word.
De Sardet. The D'Orsay family's henchman. I knew it. I knew I would meet my end by accepting this mission. After what you did to Ambassador Lavoisin in Hikmet.
If the Ambassador and her men had not attacked me, they would certainly still be alive. Since you know who I am, you must know why I'm here.
Yes. The document chest. But don't think you can scare me into giving it to you. I've been scared to death since I got to this town. Since I got to this island. But I will not betray them.
Calm. We never wished you harm. We only want to recover some files. They do concern us, after all. Tell us where they are. A huge weight will be lifted off your shoulders.
That's true. Does it even matter? I don't have the chest anymore. I gave it to a group of inquisitors who don't like you very much. Those fools are so furious that they'd rather die than give you the chest. And Saint Matthias is with them. So, they're hiding out in one of the warehouses around the port. If you really want to confront them, it's your own choice. But you should say a prayer first.
So you found us. But don't rejoice too soon. You will not leave this warehouse alive.
Come. I'm sure we can work this out. I only want the Devesp chest.
Don't count on it. Because of you, our order has been driven off this island and the governor treats us like criminals.
We shall avenge our brothers and our order.
A bit of poison on my blade. Then let's go!
Watch out! Grenade!
A bit of poison on my blade. Then let's go!
Watch out! Grenade!
closer. Don't hesitate. Don't hesitate to have a rummage. Goodbye. May the Enlightened always keep you in his divine blessing. What are these posters? They weren't here before.
I'd like to go have a look, out of idle curiosity.
What is this nonsense? Another Devesp trick. They'll truly stop at nothing. These posters could cause a full-scale riot. We must stop them from spreading around town.
The crowd is restless. It must be because of these posters. If we do nothing...
This is incredible! Who would have thought that our governor and the legate were involved in sordid affairs?
Greetings, madam. Did you happen to see, by any chance, who stuck up these posters?
Oh, you are the famous legate these posters speak of. You would never tell me if it were all true. Anyway, if you want revenge against the woman who stuck 'em up, you're too late. The guards caught her in the act, and when they saw what was written on the posters, they took her to the barracks. She must be rotting away in jail now.
Thank you. And you shouldn't believe those lies.
As if you could say anything else.
Can I help you with something?
That is all, thank you. Hello. I'm the bastard murderer from your posters.
Oh, Your Excellency. I'm not responsible for the content of those posters. I had no choice but to stick them up. In a sense, the guard's arrest protected me, but my partner is under lock and key and guarded by armed men who bear the De Vespe livery. They are responsible. They forced me to stick these posters up all around town. They threatened to kill my partner. If you don't stop them, they will kill him. I beg you, free him.
I believe you, and I will free your friend if I can. Do you know where the other posters are? I must destroy this nonsense before it creates a riot.
No, they only gave me one stack of them. They certainly have more, but I don't know where they're hiding the rest. The men who are holding him must know.
Very well. I have no other choice but to free him. Where is he being held?
Behind the barracks, along the docks. Please, hurry!
Bit of poison on my blade. Then let's go!
Let's watch out! Before the debate! Fire!
Thank you for freeing me from those murderers' clutches. Do you know where my friend is? She went to stick up those horrible posters.
She sent me to rescue you. She was imprisoned, but she'll probably get out soon. The presence of these men will prove that she had no intention of causing an insurrection.
Oh, you've taken a great weight off my shoulders. I was worried she'd been killed. They were such brutes.
I must destroy the rest of those posters. Do you have any idea where those men could have hidden them?
Well, they spoke of having a reserve just outside of town. In a small hut, if my memory serves me well.
Thank you. And try to avoid the Devesps in the future.
Bit of poison on my blade. Then let's go!
Let's see if you can fend off my blows!
It's you, Ono Menawi! Come and see! Bertir Tumad, do you want to see the object? You will always be welcome here. Oh, it's you, Ono Menawi! Come and see!
My dearest cousin, I'm so glad to see you. You are right on time. We have visitors, and your advice would be most welcome. Let me introduce you to the Emissaries of the Bridge Alliance and the Coin Guard. Quite brazen, isn't it? That they would send us an emissary after having tried to assassinate me.
The commander must have a solid reason.
That's what I hope. Your Excellencies, we're listening.
San Mateus has been sustaining particularly violent assaults. Our soldiers are exhausted. Soon it will be the inhabitants who will pay the price.
And of course, it is on their behalf that you dare to come find me.
The commander was hoping that, in the face of such a threat, you would forget our past differences.
Oh, how sensitive of him.
Sire, Hikmet is under attack as well. We are almost certain that this is a new maneuver of the islanders. Governor Burren is hoping that you will accept to send him your cousin as well as some troops.
My heart truly bleeds at hearing such tales. However, the size of our troops has greatly reduced after the horrific attempt at a coup. Regarding sending my cousin, he's already very busy undertaking a mission of the utmost importance, without even mentioning the fact that what you described fills me with fear for his life, which is most precious to me. No. I really don't see how I could be of assistance to you.
Constantine, we cannot remain deaf to the call of our allies. I'm sure I can find time to go and evaluate the situation.
I would love to accompany you, but my people are being wrongfully accused. I am certain of it, and I want to prove it.
Very well, my dear. You know I cannot refuse you anything. But remember how urgent it is for this antidote to be found. We're so close to it now.
Don't worry about it. You know how important this mission is to me.
Well, this audience is coming to an end. Your Excellencies, Inform your governors of my cousin's arrival. I hope that you realize how grateful you should be to him.
And of course, you also have the gratitude of the Guard.
Constantine.
My dear cousin, I'm always happy to see...
I finally managed to enter the sanctuary at the heart of the island, and I was able to talk with Enon Miel Frichtemann.
How marvelous! Tell me about it.
The sanctuary is heavily protected. Only a High King can open it.
I remember you saying that Vimbar's death wasn't going to help us. How did you fix this problem?
I had to interfere in the natives' elections and earn the trust of the pretender who seemed to be the best choice.
You really are an outstanding diplomat. My father is an old, bitter man, but he was right about you. Tell me, who did you choose?
Deirdre, the queen of the village of Vedluk. She's quite the radical warrior, but she's a strong leader.
I'm certain that you have made the right choice. And then what did you do?
I was able to enter the sanctuary. It was an incredible experience.
It had to be. Oh, how I envy you. Entering the most secret places on this island, talking to a god. What does he look like? Is he some kind of very old and very powerful Donegad?
No. In fact, I spoke to an extremely large tree, as strange as it may sound.
Fascinating. And I thought that gods were always old, bearded men. Did he tell you where the Malachor was coming from? Is it a curse that he cast upon the first settlers?
No. According to him, we are responsible for the emergence of the Malachor. By exploiting the Earth so much, we have poisoned it, and the disease has contaminated us through the water that we drink and the plants that we eat.
Strange, and yet it seems plausible. So, there wouldn't be an antidote?
He says that the Earth can be healed, that his children know how to do it. I suppose he was talking about the Donegada. He also said that by healing the Earth, we would heal those who live on it.
This is a fascinating revelation. It won't be easy for our neighbors to accept it, however. I'm afraid that even my father might receive it with skepticism. Did he tell you anything else?
No. But it's true that the conversation ended abruptly. An intruder had managed to sneak into the sanctuary, and we had to flee to evade the wrath of its guardians.
An intruder, you say? Then I guess this sanctuary isn't that heavily protected. Your work really is exemplary. The entire continent should be thanking you. Is there anything you would like to tell me?
I must take my leave.
Take care, and...
Desade, you seem somewhat gloomy. What's troubling you?
As you may have heard, the de Vespe family has sent a delegation to the island. It's led by the prince's daughter herself.
Ah, most curious. And very worrying indeed. But you didn't come all this way in person just to bring me the bad news, I take it?
You read my mind. Knowledge is power. I need all the information you've got. I recovered some documents that Aurelia intended to use against us. I also brought you the wedding contract.
Let me see. Yes. A skillful blend of truths and untruths, as is to be expected. I'm afraid, however, this letter from Julia d'Orsay, Constantine's mother, is genuine. But your cousin is not to blame for his mother's folly. It caused him more harm than good, and he was but a child when his brother was killed. But the implication that he's not the prince's son is absurd. You know them both. And you know how much Constantine looks like his father. As for these documents about your mother, poor Livy would never have deceived your father. And furthermore...
It's all right. I know. I'm a native of Teofridi. My real mother was a Deneg out of the seaside Nemeus clan. So in a way, all this is both true and completely false. I'm not General de Sarde's son, and my mother never deceived him.
I wasn't aware you knew. It's true you were adopted, and though the adoption was somewhat irregular, in any case, I doubt that this information could truly be used against you. The revelations about Constantine are more cause for concern. But since you recovered the evidence, we needn't worry about it being used against us. Providing it's the only copy, of course.
I believe so. What do you make of the marriage contract? Is it genuine?
Well, the writing is that of a court clerk. But their handwriting all looks the same. It would be difficult to tell if it was truly written by your uncle. As for the seal, well, I'm almost certain that it is a forgery. But an excellent one at that. That being said, without the seal itself, you'd be hard-pressed to prove it. If we denounce this contract without evidence, everyone will say that it's just an excuse to get out of the wedding.
In that case, I need to find that seal. Let's hope Aurelia de Vespe has brought it with her.
I'd wager she did. She may want to use it again. If you want to find it, you'll have to get her away from her camp to have a good chance to search her belongings.
As I'm supposed to be organizing the princess's arrival, Lady Mirange can surely help by sending for her. Thank you, sir.
Was there anything else you wish to ask?
The mission you entrusted me with has made great progress.
Very well. Let's see. Good. You have traveled great distances, and the Terra Incognita will soon be but a distant memory. Keep doing what you're doing, de Sarde. Can your old professor still prove himself you?
Looking forward to seeing...
By the look on your face, you've already experienced the de Vespe's deceit firsthand.
Indeed. Aurelia tried to blackmail us. I had to recover evidence she gathered against my cousin and myself, and stop a riot in town she caused by sticking up posters which mocked us, and which depicted you as the heroine.
And I can assure you I'm not responsible.
I don't doubt it, madam. However, Sir de Corsilion told me that the seal used on the wedding contract was fake, but that we needed the fake seal itself to prove it and put an end to this sham.
So you would like me to get Aurelia de Vespe away from her quarters so you can search them at your leisure?
That's the general idea. She did ask us to organize her arrival. Your message shouldn't surprise her.
Don't worry, I know exactly what I'm going to write. The young de Vespe may be talented, but I have years more experience. Oh, if I may offer some advice, you should question the Nauts who brought her here. They must have gleaned some information on our charming princess on such a long journey in close quarters. Admiral Cabral should know where they are. You should go and see her. Do you have any other questions?
Goodbye, Lady Mar—
Goodbye, Your Excellency.
Desarde, what can I do for you?
Greetings, Admiral. I came to see you as I seek information about Aurelia de Vespe and her entourage. Since they landed on this island, they haven't ceased their efforts to undermine our city and our diplomatic position. And since they traveled on your ships for several months, I thought you and your men would surely have things to say about them.
We don't make a habit of revealing information about our passengers, but I'm willing to make an exception this time. Since we got here, part of our ship's crew, those who were in contact with the de Vespes, haven't been heard from. The rest of the crew, the ones who steered the ship, are here. They're worried and fear the worst for their comrades. I would be very grateful if you inquired of their whereabouts. If you find them alive, I will not object to them telling you everything they know. Quite the opposite. One thing is certain. The de Vespes will never set another foot on one of our ships.
Rest assured, I'll do my best to find them. Goodbye, Admiral.
Goodbye, Desarde. And be careful.
I need to be going.
Sir de Sade, I'm glad to see that our past differences have not prevented you from coming.
Your emissary informed us that your city is under attack.
Our city and our lands. Hordes of animals are attacking us relentlessly, and my men are exhausted. I received a message from one of our outposts. They say they can't hold out much longer. I am not a sentimental man. Deaths in combat aren't unusual. But I cannot accept that my men are being devoured by beasts which, as soon as they are killed, are replaced by more beasts. I want to know where this attack is coming from, who is leading it, and more importantly, I want it to stop. I'm counting on you for this, de Sade. Go to the East Outpost and help them hold it. The officer in charge will undoubtedly be able to tell you where these creatures come from. I'm not really used to saying this, but so.
How could I refuse in the face of such a... I will depart right away, and I hope to make it there.
Thank you, de Sade. Anything else?
I will leave you to your business.
Good.
You shouldn't stay here. We're sustaining terrible attacks. The animals appear to be crazy. They already...
We're actually here to help you.
Are you the backup? I must admit that I was praying for more soldiers. We're under attack every night, and we've already lost a lot at this rate.
Don't worry. We will do everything in our...
We still have some time to prepare, or we could wait to get...
All right, let's wait.
Ready, weapons? There they are!
Bit of poison on my blade.
Then let's go!
Let's see what you take.
Come on!
Bit of poison on my blade. Then let's go! Your armor will no longer protect you. Let's see if you can ward off this fate. Be careful! Blade. And let's go!
Watch out! Grenade!
Let's see if you can ward off this feint. On my blade.
Watch out! Grenade!
Let's see if you can ward off this fate. Let's see if you can ward off this fate.
We have succeeded! Bravo, soldiers! We have resisted! You shouldn't stay here. We're sustaining terrible attacks. The animals appear to be crazy.
What happens to you, now that the Coin Guard has taken over San Mateus?
For us soldiers, nothing. The only thing that has changed is the seal at the bottom of the orders we receive. Anything else? Thanks for your help. You are an extraordinary fighter. If it weren't for you, the outpost would have undoubtedly fallen tonight.
If these attacks are always this violent, even with our support, it won't hold much longer. We must uncover the origin of these attacks.
I've thought about it, and I sent a few men 2 days ago, in the hope that they would find out where the attacks came from. And first and foremost, why they are attacking. But I haven't heard from them since. I'm afraid I might have sent them to their death.
Could you at least tell me which way they went? I might be able to track...
They followed a trail going north of a place the natives...
Thank you, officer. I will do everything in my power to...
You be careful.
I recognize this place. We aren't far from Vedlug. I hope it's just a coincidence.
You think Deirdre might be involved?
It would not surprise me in the least.
must head northeast. That's the way the soldiers went. Ready to shoot! Fire!
This man will die if we don't do something about it.
What happened? You saved me. Thank you. I'd be dead if it weren't for you.
Your officer sent us. He told us that you were looking for the origin of these attacks.
And we found it. We followed the beast's trail and it led us to a large glade east of here. You'll find raised stones there. The ones which are worshipped by the islanders. There was a creature there. A beast so large and so ferocious. That's what must have been attracted. It prevailed. I fled.
And you were right. Don't worry.
We took some notes, and it may be of use to you.
It was this creature who was leading the animals. It looks like a guardian, but its skin is strange, covered with ulcers, as if it was sick. That could explain its change in behavior, but not the intelligence with which these attacks were led.
Karans, now that we've recovered the documents which speak of us, can we finally drive that woman off the island? There are enough Renaigze here. We can do without the worst kind of lawyers and plotters. Anything else?
I must leave you.
Desade, I'm happy to see you. You can breathe easy now we've got our hands on all these documents. They've done a good job, I must say. I didn't expect them to have documents about me, too. Anything else?
I must leave you. Commander?
Ah, Desade. Unfortunately, the interesting information I was promised never came. Your air of mystery prevails. That's a disappointment. Anyway, what can I do for you? You're back, and I hear that the attacks are over. You do have a gift. How are my men doing? Who's behind all this?
The outpost sustained an assault, but most of your men survived. Alas, except for those your officer sent to discover the source of the attacks.
They shall be honored, posthumously, if it is thanks to them that you stop this.
It is so. By following their tracks, I discovered the creature who was leading the animals. It resembled a Nardaig Meneman, a guardian of the mountains.
So the natives are behind this?
I doubt it. The creature seemed sick, as if it had been driven mad with rage. The natives respect their guardians too much to do such a thing. No. There is someone else behind these attacks, but for now, I don't know who it is.
Find out who, and I will have the pleasure of hanging them myself. Thank you, Desade. I truly regret my past actions against you and your cousin. Anything else?
I will leave you to your business.
Good.
Der Dara grimme deren dans. Du is nestiri. Let's see if you can fend off my blood. Ready to
fake seal is very accurate. I wonder how many other contracts the Devests have forged using this method.
In any case, thanks to this seal, we can prove that the contract was forged. And we can send Mr. Vesp back to the continent.
That may be so, but after seeing what was written in that journal, I'm worried about Lady Mirange. We should try to find an antidote. The Donegada in this region should be able to help us. They must know about all the plans. Karans, do you need something?
I must leave you.
Thank you so much for saving me. Sending bandits to murder me. How dare they? But you should go straight to the palace. Aurelia de Vespe was headed there. I'm afraid she may try to take over by force.
I'll go there right away. Get well soon, my lady. Aurelia de Vespe. On behalf of Governor Constantin d'Orsay, you are under arrest.
Oh, really? Hardly surprising. Typical of the d'Orsay family's underhanded methods. On what grounds, might I ask?
Firstly, for fraud and forgery. The wedding contract you gave us is fake.
Your lies are as dismal as they are desperate. The contract bears the seals of both my father and your prince. Is he trying to back out? Or has his idiot son simply decided to disobey him?
Neither. The d'Orsay seal upon this contract is forged, and I can prove it. Here. This is what was used to seal the contract. A cleverly made counterfeit we found in your camp.
That seal proves nothing. You probably made it yourself to undermine me. That contract could not be more authentic. The same, however, cannot be said of your noble lineage.
The second charge made against you is the attempted murder of Lady Mirange. Are you also going to deny that your men attacked her?
This is a very serious accusation. I assure you that I had no knowledge of any attack on the former governor. And if an attack did indeed take place, I am certainly not the one responsible.
Is that so? Then why does this journal, written in your handwriting, say that you wish to rid your city of all d'Orsay sympathizers? And that you'd found the perfect poison to do the deed in the forest surrounding your camp?
A journal only conveys thoughts, not facts. Don't tell me you've never wished for someone's death without actually acting on those thoughts. And more to the point, who's to say that journal's genuine in the first place? Your so-called evidence, Mr. de Sardet, is but lie after lie.
We caught your men red-handed while they were attempting murder. Their bodies can prove...
The fact that they wore de Vespe livery does not make them my men. Unless some of my men decided to settle a score with the former governor without my consent. This evidence isn't nearly solid enough to justify my arrest.
Lastly, you are accused of the disappearance of part of the crew which brought you to this island.
What are you talking about? And how can you possibly prove that I was responsible for the disappearance of a few drunken sailors?
For all the charges set against you, you are under arrest.
You have no conclusive evidence. This is just lie after shameless lie, and you know it. Had you presented this to the council, they would have laughed in your face, and your family would have been humiliated. You'll pay for this. I suggest you don't lay a finger on me, de Sardet, or you'll have a fight on your hands.
The de Vespes would have tried to impose themselves to the bitter end. Unfortunately, Aurelia's death is likely to have repercussions all the way to the council. Hopefully, we'll have found further evidence of her guilt by then. Otherwise, the d'Orsay family's reputation might be jeopardized. Anyway, you should destroy the documents you found. Nobody else should ever get hold of them.
You're right. I'm going to burn them all right now, just to be on the safe side. Goodbye, sir. Thank you for your help.
I merely gave you guidance. That is my role. See you later.
sir, good people. Liqueur and wine from the continent.
All that's left is to destroy the evidence the Vesps collected about us. But I should probably keep the files which speak of my companions, in case one of them decides to betray me one day.